make some adjustments. What do I want to do here? Kind of adjustments. This kind of adjustment. Raise this guy up ever so slightly. Wait, why is that not going up? Is this no phase? Yes, it should. Take this off here. Sorry. You get to be present for the technical difficulties. There we go. There we are. Needs to be a little bit taller. As this is going to be a thing for this guy. Now, get my Han Solo dice up here at the top. So, all right. Let me see here. How we going? Okay, we can see that. All right. Camera's going to follow me, so which is really cool. But at the same time, I'll try to get it to pay attention to the other thing. I think eventually one of the things that I want to do is I want to put a secondary camera just up here and just have it kind of on the piece, but like mirrored so that you can kind of see what I'm doing as I'm doing it. And stuff like that. All right. What do I need? I need a glass of wine. I know. Needs a strong word. I'm going to get a glass of wine. All right. San Genovese. Good stuff. If you've not had Italian wines, you really should have some Italian wines. They're quite delightful. All right. So, here we go. Now, for this, we're going to get in here, all right, and we're going to start doing the things that we do. I'm going to be laying in mostly just this new kind of gray color that I have, and possibly some raw umber as well. Got some reds and stuff like that that are still on the palette from earlier. And I may continue to utilize those, but you know, as it stands right now, it's these two colors, which seem like they're going to be nice and complementing as far as like shadows and not shadows. We're kind of go from there. So, all right, let's take a look here. Now, first thing is first. Again, we have the liquid that we normally use, and I do have the Cobalt dryer. The Cobalt dryer is, I don't know if I've explained what it is yet. Oh, I also get this blue on here that I want to try out. Maybe I'll do that in the background. So Cobalt dryer is basically, it's a drying medium, all right, that allows you to allows the actual paint to dry ever so slightly faster because Cobalt has this property of like leaching, well, not leaching, but like accelerating the linseed oil to a drying point and whatnot. So it's pretty cool. It's good stuff. I recommend it highly for all of your painting needs. So can we get in here now? Okay. And so we're going to, now there's going to be certain things that are going on here. I may keep this, I may just add a background sort of area, like maybe like a sun or something like that behind it. But I might actually add some more faces down into this area. And this kind of thing. Little couple of things that I did in the sketch that I'm not happy with, like this eye I think needs to come out a little bit further. You know, these will all get repaired in all of this. So right now, all we're doing is we're laying in the base layer, okay? And I'm really quite digging on this. What do we got going on here? Oh, I need to get over to the Restream app. Oh, this does not taste good at all. There we go. All right. Okay, cool. Yeah. So if you're here, cool. Welcome. You guys are awesome. Anybody that's showing up to these things. I'm going to get myself some more light on this situation as well. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. Again, now there's a lot of pencil that's getting mixed in here, which I'm gonna I'm gonna utilize. A lot of times with this, the pencil just gets kind of like muddied into the whole thing, and that sucks. I could spray it with like a medium in order to prevent that from happening, but at the same time, the medium, changes the painting surface a little bit, and I don't love that. So, or at least I haven't in the past. Basically, what I want to do here is I want to get all of this kind of laid in so that okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm laying in and allowing certain things with the brain's not working. Like these little what are they called? They stretches the skin. How the skin's kind of getting stretched out as the time, or as they're pulling in different areas. I'm trying to kind of keep that sort of feel in a lot of ways. It is important to note that this is just going to be an underlayer. Okay, like in a lot of ways, this doesn't really matter. It's going to, it matters. Let me think that. It matters quite a bit. It's just not going to have an overarching, this is not the look that we're going to have later on. What we're going to have later on is very much going to be I'm going to be doing another layer of this eventually. I'm hoping that there's enough cobalt driver in all of this that these guys will be nice and malleable tomorrow. So we can go ahead and do some more to it. I like this color because it's almost like it's got this sort of antiqued bone look to it, which is kind of cool, This is one of the Siobhan colors that I picked up. I think it's kind of good. I think it's one of the. I think so far it's my one of my favorite, maybe my second favorite color that I got in that pack. But I really do quite like it. It's got some awesome. Yeah, it really does look like antiqued bone. You know, like when you've got like old bone that's been, aging for years and years and years. That kind of amber. That's the word I'm looking for. This kind of ambered sort of, feel to it, which is just sort of very cool. I like it a lot. Anyways. All right. Once I get this base layer laid in here, for this, which is going to take a minute or two, so bear with me. I'm in the middle of a thunderstorm right now as well, and let me just say, it is not fucking around, this thunderstorm. So if you lose me, that may have been what happened. Either I died from a thunderstorm, or the power got cut, or the internet went out, or something along those lines. Not that I want to jump to the worst case scenario, but it is possible that I got struck by lightning. It would definitely make my first preacher very, he'd be like, yeah, see, told you so. There needs some more of the cobalt to try, as you might imagine. Really, really quite important for what we're trying to go through right now. I don't even know. What's going on? Instagram. I lost it. If you guys are on there, if you're seeing me from Instagram or from Facebook or from any of those other properties, please come to Twitch. Twitch.tv/Nigel Sod will get you to this stream. Or Twitch.tv/Studio Sod will also get you there. If you're here on YouTube, I don't know that you need to switch. I think that this system will keep your chats and stuff like that all going as well. All right. Got the raccoon out right now. We will soon remedy this. So what I'm doing here is instead of like trying to control a lot of it, what I'm doing is I'm trying to just kind of get in here and make sure that I just lay down the lighter colors in the lighter color areas. And then it's going to pick up the pencil. There's nothing I can really do about that. Like I said, this first pass, hoping that it will be nice and figured out tomorrow. One of the nice things about allowing the pencil though to do this, and if you've never done oil paintings before, or even if you have, but it kind of builds in an area of shadow. So you can get a nice layer down. If you work in layers, like what I generally tend to work in, you know, like I tend to have this kind of layered, like I do this layer, then I do the next layer, then I do the next layer, you know. This allows you to keep, sort of, in a way, the sort of shadows in place. And then you can kind of go in there with your like secondary underpainting layer and really, really drive home, you know, what we got going on here with different, what you call it, with your second, like your shadow color. So essentially, when you're going to do a painting like this, what I do generally, and maybe there's other schools of thought on this, but like I try to pick up a layer that is you're underpainting the skin tone, and then something that's going to be a nice base tone for your shadows and whatnot. These kinds of things don't have to be, you know. So this was the area that I was looking at. Really love these canvases. They're so good. My local shop here in Lucca has an astounding art store. One of the nice things about Lucca is that while there's no university here, which, you know, that's a story, there is a lot of art high schools. So, you know, as far as that goes, they have this wonderful art store in town that is just really quite astounding. And the guy that runs it, while he speaks absolutely no English whatsoever, which is perfectly fine, it just, you know, means that like I have to pull up Google Translate and like try to figure it out while I'm in the process of trying to learn Italian. But one of the nice things about what it does is that like he's just got rolls of canvas in the back. Because again, it's cheaper and, you know, and more like real, I guess, to be able to do this, to build them for the students, you know. right now? Yeah, looks like. One of the things that I did in the sketch that I wasn't happy with is I didn't have a good value. Or one of his eyes was a little out further, a little bit more than I wanted it to be. Okay, what was that? That was a text message from T-Mobile welcoming me to Italy? I'm pretty sure I've been in Italy for a while. Well, thank you for the welcome again, I guess. So what I'm doing here is I know I'm going to be adding some reds into this, but I'm still going to kind of give the shadow and highlights into where they're supposed to be. Okay, get some good flow of the paint here. Allowing the paint strokes to follow the contour of how we would like things to lay out. Don't get me wrong, just kind of smoothing them out, giving them shape. You know, each of those shapes in turn is going to have a decent play on other things that will come later on, you know? Because I mean, like, it's just going to help us down the line. It's just laying out like almost like a roadmap for how I want this to look, you know. So normally, like I said, normally I work in layers, but I am honestly considering something more a la Prima with this one, which means it just means in one sitting. That's what all Prima means. It's definitely not going to be. This is my first kind of attempt at this kind of a thing. I started to pay more attention to it. My wife, technically still, is was really into this kind of thing. She loved like painters that did this sort of style where you just try to do everything in one sitting and you just kind of let everything flow the way that you want it to flow and whatnot. And honestly, I've never given it much of a try, but I am I was at Luca Comics and Games really this last year, and I really leaned into this idea of wanting to do the piece for the area performance. I wanted it to be finished for the auction, and I'm just not a fast painter, and so part of it has been that I just never really pushed myself to be a fast painter, because I was working in layers. So I would do this thing where that doesn't look bad. I'm going to bring in some highlight material, I think, here in a minute as well. But I'm going to be focusing on shadows right now, only because focusing on shadows is going to give more definition to what we're dealing with. Adding in highlights is well, while it's more difficult for me, it is a simpler concept. I was never good at highlights. Known several artists that have been just astounding with highlights. You are. And really just honestly good at putting in them. They almost get excited about doing highlights. And I've gotten to a point where I'm starting to feel like maybe I can start feeling like that. I don't know. Again, here's that. So that's an underpainting of the head. Going to now, I need to add some more of this guy in. Nope, that's the wrong one. I do not want that one. Oh, I do not. No, sir, I don't like it. And where is it? Where did I put it? It's around here somewhere. What is it? That's it. Gonna need quite a bit of this. Again. This is called, did I get it all over me? Yes, I did. It's called Savannah. So if you're looking for a good color that does this sort of thing, Savannah is your jam. I've got some oil paint on me now. That means the shirt is complete. And I can get some more of this. So basically what I've been doing is that the cobalt dryer has a tendency to break down rubbery substances and whatnot. So as a result, I don't really keep a lot of cobalt dryer in the that tube like that. I'm going to try it. I'm doing a thing where I'm attempting to prevent that from happening. Hey, hello, it's Easy Ruth Ann. You are on Twitch and stuff. What's up?
Oh, hi. I did not mean to interrupt.
Oh.
I just wanted to say, today has been crazy. I literally just got out of my last meeting. So would you prefer for me it'll be a little bit longer to edit and post the con schedule? Would you rather it take a little
let's just do these are the voyages.
One more time, what was that?
We'll just do these are the voyages. That'll be simpler.
Okay, great. I'll put up that post right now, and yeah, keep having fun on Twitch. Sorry,
Yeah.
I have to be quiet in the office.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Well, if you get on, you can see what I'm doing. I'm actually doing the underpainting for I'm Okay right now.
Excellent.
Yes.
Good work, Will. Continue on, enjoy, do all of the art. I will talk to you later.
Okie dokie. All right, bye.
Okay, bye.
That was my brand manager, Ruth Ann, and she is pretty awesome. She's been doing a great job. She also works shows with us, so many of you have probably met her before in the past. Over the last, really a year, I guess now, yeah. Yeah, she's been around since April of last year or so. This is just fun. This one here. So in this area here, so what I'm going to try, so you can see, like some of the stuff that I'm working with here, is what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give this, so this is the shoulder blade, okay? Or sorry, the collarbone. Collarbone, and it's a great contour. It's probably my favorite part of the human body is collarbones. I love collarbones. I just think that they are awesome. There's something sexy about them. You know, it's a thing. So, you know. That is a thing. One of the nice things about being a professional artist, of which there are many nice things, is that, you know, doing things like this, you know, I get to, like, you know, see the world, like, if, you know, if I ever start dating or something along those lines, which, you know, may or may not happen, you know, I'm like, hey, I like collarbones, you know, that kind of thing, and then people are like, hey, I have those, don't know why. What is it? Image. I have an image. Hold on. Let me see the image. The image. Boom. Boom. These are the voyages. That is the one. Oh my God. Let me do this thing. Color.
I realized my mistake right as soon as I sent it. So is that the correct one?
It is the correct one, but go to online images, the folder, and you'll find one without a border.
Okay, great. Thank
Okay.
you. I'll do that right now.
All right,
Okay, bye.
bye. All right. Yes. Do I have any people here? You know what? I didn't put a counter in here. All right, well, whatever. It's fine. We'll run under some assumptions. But there are people watching me right now that are just gaggles and tons. People do. I like to perform for an audience. It's a little bit different here because the audience doesn't interact with you. All right, I'm going to bring a chair over real quick, guys, because I'm going down towards this bottom section. And sitting this would be better. So, all right. God, I really love this color. It's just such a good color. It's got such a rich and kind of awesome feel to it. Ooh, but I am using a shitload of cobalt dryer, so let me do this thing real quick. Here I'm going to bring some reds. Here. As well as some of the underlying tonalities as we go through. there's a big question that I did not consider in the black and white version of this. But here's a big thing. So in this, what do I do about the other cheeks and lips? Stuff like that? I think that maybe they don't have blood flow. I'm not entirely certain. Yeah. So what we do, we follow the blood flow in the blood of the human body. We're only using the red because I happen to have it done here on the palette. And I didn't really need that much of it, but you know, here we are. The style, we nod, it's big. I may actually go ahead and bring in some it's not working. Lights into this. Well, there's that. I was hoping you guys were going to get to feel more of the thunderstorm. Well, hear more of the thunderstorm as it went on. Unfortunately, it was not the case. What was that? Sorry to keep bugging you on the stream, but what do you think of this post? Okay. For a second, let me find the thingy. All right, looks great. Just posting up the updated Enterprises piece. It's gonna be pretty cool, guys. So, if you have not watched Picard, then, all right, then first of all, get off your ass, you know, because it's amazing. It is a fantastic. Well, it's a good story. It legitimately sets up the future of Star Trek, which is great, as you know, some of us already knew it was going to, but at the same time, you know, it was just kind of awesome, you know. thinking this. Just past number 1 too, so again, I think that in a year or so I might be able to be doing more of this damn Alla Prima work. Interesting idea. I'm wondering if that is the right shadow color. Ooh. Start getting into an area where you're like, do I do this thing that could be very bad? I mean, it is pretty early, so, might as well start making my mistakes now. Because if you walk into a painting thinking that, oh, this is the painting I'm going to do where everything's going to be perfect. Ooh. There is no perfect. Not in anything, guys. There's just trying. My big question here is, do I want the definition to still be there? Do I want the arms to just kind of trail off into nothing as well as the body? Or do I want to, maybe I do want it to be, in place? Kind of awesome seeing this guy come together. Don't get me wrong, there's a great deal of work still because of these things, but sometimes things feel like they have less effort. That kind of is true for a lot of things in life. You end up with these things where you just, there's no good reason, there's no good explanation for it. It's just working. It's just doing its thing. You don't worry about anything. Your doubts all begin to kind of slip away. I guess the big question here is, do I want faces here as well? I don't know. And I won't have to necessarily make that decision today. If I decide tomorrow that I want to go in and add those, well, this is still underpainting territory. So So there's a lot of leeway that I get on a lot of these things. I don't know why I have flashlights stuck in my head, but I do. I'm not even listening to music right now. Just really need to figure out a way to do that. Freaking YouTube, all of the things in the world that sucks about like this. There's not a lot that sucks about these setups and stuff like that, but like the one thing that I really wish would happen would be being able to listen to music out loud while I'm doing paintings and streaming them, That's the best workaround that I've had for a while now. It's been just, for a while now, I've been doing this a lot, is just what I'll do is I'll just put in headphones and then I just continue to talk, for things. I really kind of wish that there would be a way that I could allow people to talk to me on here, or maybe I'll just have a guest that's on to talk to me while I'm painting. Oh, that could be interesting. Ruth Ann, if you are watching this, hopefully you're at least editing it. Let's look into that. Let's look into the logistics of just having another person like on a Zoom call or something while I'm painting, talking about the painting, Maybe even that person has their own Twitch channel going on at the same time. They can paint it. Ooh, that'd be cool too. There's a thing that I've been wanting to do for a while. And that is to have two people that are given a concept, and then the two people are painting the same concept, but they don't really know anything about the other person's painting, and I want them to be able to talk to each other while they're doing it, and stuff like that. Like there's a moderator that kind of keeps everything from happening. Somebody liked the video. But yeah. It's very cool though, just the concept. Love it. Lay me down to sleep. You just can't find me. Italian hooligans are out drinking. I love walking around in Italy at night because it is such an interesting juxtaposition. You know, like this, there are people, you know, everybody's out, they're all drinking, they're all having a good time. They're all, you know, not just the kids either. I mean, like, you know, adults and stuff like that. And like, everybody's just having a great time. But then there comes a point in the evening when some of those people have gotten back home and the understanding of what's going on disappears, completely gone. It's just like, fuck you guys. You and your loud ass. I'm trying to sleep. It's like a switch that gets flipped. You know, there's of course the elderly people and stuff like that that are here, and they've got that, you know, are very much just kind of like, I need you to be quiet. But you know. Going through this stuff like it's water. So, fun fact about cobalt dryer, highly cancerous. So, you know, don't drink it. No matter how good it smells. Because oddly enough, it doesn't smell unpalatable. It's weird. It's just a really... It's like, oh, well, that smells better than it should. I mean, really smells better than it should. You know, oil paint doesn't smell great, but like for some reason, cobalt dryer does. Maybe. Oh, no. Kind of there right now. Aren't those faces? Do I try right now? Yep, I think I like it. It's a good choice. Here comes the rain again. Falling on your head like memory. I may come in and blur out some of the vignetted sort of things and whatnot. Don't know if they're necessary. His arms are kind of scrawny. Maybe I'll muscular them out a little bit. Coming back in here and trying. I didn't hit it as early as I wanted to. Try and smooth out and kind of get everything going in the right direction, following muscle structure, stuff like that. Again, it's just something that helps with the cohesion later on in the process, you know. have gotten quiet. Sorry. I am painting. Sometimes, for many years, this has been well, not necessarily a solitary experience, but it's been a primarily solitary, quiet experience. I painted with a partner for about 11 years in the same studio, and we kind of learned to sort of be able to just be like, hey, what do you think of this? Or hey, what do you think of that? Which is quite possibly one of the most useful things you can do for somebody. Just be there to be an actual sounding board, you know what I mean? So many times you'll get people in your life who are just like, you're like, hey, what do you think of this? And they say, well, that's nice. Oh, yes, if you have an artist, significant other, please, for the love of all that's good, do not use the following words to describe their artwork. That's nice. It is just proof positive that you're not really all that interested in the scenario. And you're not really, invested in what they do, for a living, or what they do for joy, or let that be a warning to you. Yes. So, be kind, for fuck's sake. These people, we, as artists, are astoundingly insecure and unstable and feel like we're unloved in a lot of ways. All of us, not just some of us. It is pretty much, without a doubt, a thing that happens all the time with art. All right, so I want to go in here now. Fill in these guys. Do this. All right. First of all, allow me to answer my worker. Just send me a message. So in the meantime, this is where we're at. Just like that. All right. Da-da-da. Voila. All right. Okay. Here we are. Let's do some of this stuff here. Again, there's a lot that goes on, you know? What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold some of this into it. I know that there's a lot of blood flow here in the chest. Now, the form in here is me, you know, but a lot of times I try to avoid, pointing that out. Like, I mean, like I do pieces that are about me, but they don't necessarily contain me in them. Sometimes they do, but not a lot, you know. They have to be really special for them to contain me in it. Not that this isn't special. This is special. It's very special. But it's just yeah. Oh. All right. Do this. Get rid of that. All right. On there. Now, next step. Step number 2. Do. All right. We're going to have a couple of different steps here. So I'm going to be layering in some of the background. We've got some of this kind of, this yellow that's in the form. So I think that I'm going to be leaning pretty heavily into it's a yellow, it's yellow-ish, orange, brown color. It's bone color. So I think I'm going to lean pretty heavily in on light blues with a little bit of what you call it in it? Purple. It'll make a nice contrasting background and so on and so forth. Before I stop tonight, I want all of the surface to be pretty well covered. Alright, so now we go into here. Now, for this one, I'm also going to be adding some other stuff to it, just on the plus side of things. Like this here does this have any color left in it? I don't know. Let's take a look. How's it going? Okay, let's put some mud in there, but that's okay. What I do here, I do know that I wanted these colors, so I'm kind of liking the shell color that's here too. You're wrong. Yeah. I really do like this color. Let's cobalt dryer into it though. As things go on, so I'm going to give this kind of cloud sky blue sort of thing going on. That's going to kind of work its way through. Now there is some, I'm using a specifically dirty brush that I just used earlier, only because I want to give some interesting color into it. So that's not something that normally, if I was what I'm planning to do here real soon is to layer in some purples anyways. So this had some reds in it, which, some Indian red might not be bad as well. Just to kind of drive home that sort of thing. I'm going to sort of try to create a scenario where So normally I work in like burnt siennas and stuff like that. That's my jam. But lately I've been playing with a lot of other colors, mostly because my life has taken a very dramatic turn as of late, and kind of trying to refine some things of who I am and what I can do when everything is all said and done. Who am I? It's like, to romanticize it a little bit, it is that concept that they try really hard to drive home in Doctor Who of regeneration. Everybody is different people throughout their lives. I mean, you're all the same person. You're just, in the 90s, I was, just graduating from high school, having done some drugs and stuff like that, nothing hard, nothing like, don't worry, Mom, Dad, I was safe. But yeah, I didn't expect much out of my future because I didn't really think I had one, but I still, tried to help people, tried to do the right thing, tried to be the right person in every situation. But I was, younger, and I had some stupid, thoughts, stupid theories even, that were just not good. All right, Internet. So I have today and tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday. So I have 3 more days after today. So after this session, I have 3 more days of sessions that I am going to be able to use to finish these paintings that I want to finish here. I am taking it as a challenge in a lot of ways to myself to see if I can't, start a painting and finish it within a few days, Like that is something I've never really done on this scale, as an oil painting. This is still smaller than what I have been working in. Sorry. My reading glasses. The next stage of this where I have to see the canvas a lot better. It's going to be interesting. The big question that I'm asking myself is how do I want this to go? Do I want the darkness and the pain to be coming out of the top of his head? Kind of like maybe a thing that's working its way through? Not sure. Not there yet. Again, the goal here. Let's see what we can do. Alright, we should be dry tomorrow, so I can make more improvements. Imagine. Okay. Alright, this has to come up a little bit. Let's go to the top. Still my Han Solo dice on my easel. Oh, I cannot wait to get my new easel. It's so awesome. I just really hope that I get it. I hope I don't miss out on it. It's not really suck. Use some liquid here. Maybe some liquid would be good. Not sure, but let's just do this in the meantime. reds, blues, purples in here. Yeah. Nice base layer down here of like, just some cool colors. Mostly blue. Bulk out these brush strokes here. The top area. Now, I'm already beginning to think that like around this area here is already going to be something else. I'm just getting this color in because I do actually want this kind of thing in the background. I want some gradient, some haphazard gradients that are going to be here, in this area. And then, in a lot of ways, when this is all said and done, if I can get in here when it's dry, like if it dries completely tonight, or even tomorrow, I might come in and just kind of get rid of some of this some of the Yep, nope, lost it. It's all gone. Just grab it back over, because we need to get to this side here. Alright, so I'm going to do this thing where I bring this up in the same sort of fashion. Okay, I don't want them to be completely symmetrical. What I'm trying to do here is kind of create a balanced sort of palette, essentially. So like over here, I'm going to bring this guy down. He's going to do this. This is going to go up and into here. And That's not bad. I'm liking it. I'm liking the flows of color. Sort of showing off this kind of emanation of like the motion. You know, the balancing back and forth between the calm and the rage, and the calm and the rage, and all of it, just how it all comes together and just destroys you. So the stuff that I've been utilizing here to get more flow out of this is a stuff called Liquin. Okay, and Liquin is it's literally 100% designed for that purpose. It does have a drying agent in it, but also it's just here to add flow to things. So basically, as I'm down in these areas here, I'm going to place this here and here. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of laying in the colors on where I want them to go. And then I'm going to come in and do the thing I've been doing with all of it, which is, you know, deals. But I'm going to pull these out now because I need to maybe just have a little bit. Alright, so in here. Coming in here, we're not doing a lot of like fine detail work. Just laying in color. Again, not quite al prima, but you know, we're getting there. Going to spend more time learning how to just kind of paint sections in. Most of the painters I know do something more similar to an Alprima work. It's just never been my thing. I don't know why I started doing it the way I did. I had a person who, I say teacher, but really, he just sat down, he showed me one thing, and I just ran with it. For oils, because I never really painted in oils until, I never did them, I did minimally in art school. Really didn't spend a lot of time on that kind of thing, you know? All right. So that those guys now. These are the big questions now. Almost used up all the paint. Not quite. I'm gonna go in here and I am going to move the pencil here. All right. So the big question is the $1,000,000 question. Is do I just stop here for right now? Probably just stop here for right now. Terrible idea. Don't do this at home, kids. You know what's gonna happen later on tonight? My eye's gonna itch. I'm gonna scratch it with this finger, and then I'm going to be in a shitload of pain. That's what's gonna happen. But for smoothing purposes, all right. So there was one more thing that I actually wanted to do. All right. Calling it. There we go. So, all of this is going quite well. I'm rather enjoying the way that it's coming together. Tomorrow we'll give it some more oomph, you know. Hopefully the third day, it'll almost be finished. It's kind of exciting to kind of put it all together like this. I'm still up in the air about whether or not I'm keeping the arms, or if I'm going to just kind of fade everything in. I mean, I could take and do a fade down into this area. It's really largely unimportant to the piece, so you know, go in here, and I'll start doing the background up some more. Got some ideas for the background. We can do some power knife work and things like that. Trying to do some stuff that is kind of outside of what I would normally do. Okay. Oh, hey, I got people talking. I just saw the new, these are the, oh, good, awesome. This can't be Nigel, where's the rum? Nice. No, I'm drinking wine today. All right, Misty Cleaner, you said you love my work. You're enjoying watching me paint. Thank you very much, Mark. And your work is amazing. I met you back at Ohio Renaissance Festival back in 2013. Your piece, Make Me Pretty, draw me to your booth. Oh, that's great. Make Me Pretty was legitimately one of the most important pieces that I ever really did. It redefined my my career as an artist. Before that, I was honestly just kind of up in the air about what it was that I actually wanted to do with myself. You know, I was doing a lot of symbolic abstract stuff. I think I wanted to be I know what I wanted to be. I wanted to be an illustrator for role-playing games and stuff like that. The reality is that I am a terrible illustrator. If I've never told the story before, so Andy Hop, which if you have not seen Andy Hop's work, you should. I believe it's still andyhop.com. You can still get his stuff. He's also got like Mother Oath and stuff like that. He does a convention every year called Oddball, actually like that. Anyways, he's an amazing artist. Studied biology, and then started doing monsters with his knowledge of biology, and they were all these just really inventive and unique monsters that were just amazing, you know. And so, at any rate, he and I met at Origins one year, and I bought a print off of him, and we got to talking. And he turns out he lived in Akron, and I lived in Kent, Ohio, and he. Okay, so because Ruth Ann, it is following. It's that robotic camera that follows my movement. So it's targeted on my face, and it's keeping with me. So I guess something like that. If this is bad, then we can always turn it off. We'll talk about it later. But at any rate, so Andy and I, he and I became friends, you know, and I started going to his house pretty much every day for like 6 months. And I was building a portfolio because I wanted to show my artwork the way that he showed his artwork and whatnot. And I wanted to be an illustrator for role-playing games because I loved doing role-playing games. And like one day, Andy came to me and said, I want you to draw me a dragon. I was like, okay. So I started drawing a dragon, this kind of snake-headed thing. It had hair, you know, and stuff like that, which kind of try to mix things up. And then I got kind of off track, and the dragon turned into this pirate that had a cutlass, and he was in a crow's nest, and he started sliding down towards the crew and the bottom. I had this whole story worked up where, like, he had really great hearing, and so he could hear that they were planning to kill him, and so he was going to get the jump on him, that kind of a thing. It was this whole narrative that was going on, and I finished with it. I'm like, here you go, and he's like, and I was like, so he's like, that's not a dragon. And I said no, but you see, like, this is the whole story that went into the whole thing behind it and everything, and there's this and this. And he's like, listen, let me stop you there. If I hired you to draw me a dragon and you gave me this, I would fucking fire you. And I was like, huh. Well, I don't think I'm an illustrator then. And he's like, I don't think you're an illustrator either. And so from that day forward, I just started drawing things that I liked. I mean, I did, work for companies, but they were always for companies that were like, very lenient on what it is that they wanted from me. I just, if you tell me what's in your head, it's the last thing that I'll ever do for you. But if you ask me for your idea, but what I see in my head, I'm great at that. And that's kind of why you would ever hire me to do a piece, is because I'm not an illustrator. I'm just a creator, I don't try to draw a thing. I try to create a thing. And with Make Me Pretty, I got back to this idea of I wasn't trying to create a thing. I was trying to create an emotion that I wanted you to feel by looking at my artwork, and that was legitimately the greatest thing that ever happened to me in my career, was the idea that what I could do to change the world is to create art. And on top of that, I also did it for my daughter. It was her birthday present when she was 9 years old. She was like, I want a pretty ballerina for my birthday. And I was like, okay, sweetie, your dad's kind of a macabre artist though. So, and then when it was all said and done though, the response to it was so overwhelmingly positive that, like, not just positive, but overwhelmingly emotional, that it just changed everything. I was a new person. Many times throughout history, I've considered stopping, but there have been several reasons why I haven't. First and foremost, my kids. I never wanted them to see me fail at doing something, and so I was bound and determined that I was going to succeed, and I was going to be a professional artist. I was going to be successful, and they would see their dad build something from nothing and be a good person in the process of that happening. So, hey Jake, I am good. I'm just talking about the past and history and stuff like that. I'm done here for tonight. I've got to let this dry, but that should hopefully be going and done pretty quick. I'll grab another glass of wine. So, at any rate, where am I from? Well, I'm currently I'm from the States originally. So, I thought you were somebody that knew me. You could be a bot. That would be hilarious. Generally, if somebody I don't know asks me where I'm from, I don't tell them. Just saying. So at any rate, Jake, good to meet you. I'm glad that you're not a pond. Fantastic. Please feel free to hang out here as much as you'd like. I am going to be painting today, tomorrow, the next day. I'm going to be keeping this thing going for a lot of days. It's going to be working primarily on this piece. I have 2 other pieces. I may even start 2 more, just so I can have them. I'm leaving Europe here in a couple of days, a few days, to go back to the States for a little while, Yes, I do sell the paints. These, something like this, I don't know, it'll probably be done I mean, this one will be available in Europe, primarily. And so if you do buy something in Europe, then, it's going to, I'll deliver it to you and stuff like that. The paintings that I'll be doing between next Tuesday and next and like September will all be being done in the States. So there's that. It's going to be a difference, stuff like that. Well, thank you. I try. And no. I deliver it usually by car, so I'll drive it out to somebody. I can send them. I can mail them in what are they called? They're like mirror boxes, something like that. But given that a painting is generally around, between like $4,000 to $10,000, I get a little squirrely whenever I'm putting those into a mail, U.S. Postal Service and UPS and FedEx and stuff like that. Don't tend to be very, hello, hey, Jacket, how's it going, man? Today I'm a wine drinking friend. I'm drinking a Sangiovese, which is an Italian, the basic Italian wine. Jake, you're still sounding like a bot. Just letting you know. Good, man. Good. It's been a long time since we've seen each other. What have you been up to? I'm, working out emotional trauma, in painting. So yeah, yeah. Well, when you try to sell me something, man, it just makes me try to make me feel like I'm. No, I think I'm good, man. But thank you very much for offering. Yeah, I'm good. I have been doing this for about 20 years now. I have a logo, and everything's good. All right, so glad that I've celebrated my born day. Oh, is today your birthday, Jacob? Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, no, it is a piece about internal struggles. So there's that. That'll go over well. Ooh, I probably need to put another face here. I don't know. And the thing is that when it gets cropped, it's going to get cropped like here and here. because it's 20 inches across, 40 inches tall. No, sorry, it's 100 by 50. So it needs to be 34. So 50, so that means that it needs to take. Cool. Gonna be able to do that? Ugh. Well, maybe short. So, at any rate, it's one of those paintings where I'm putting it. Wine, yes, love wine, man. It's awesome. It's good for you. So they say. Yeah. Well, happy birthday, man. Or happy born day. Yeah, no, so no, I'm not in I'm in Italy now. Most of the time. I still do shows in the um I do still do shows in the States. Like I'm actually heading back to do Motor City, which is in Detroit. Well, Novi. Uh, the not next weekend, but well, maybe it is next weekend. Not this coming weekend, but the one afterwards. So not tomorrow. Is today Friday? Yeah. Okay. Yes. So yeah, not the one that we're coming into tomorrow or today or whatever. I guess it really does depend on where you're at. It's 2 a.m. here. I think it's, or sorry, 3 a.m. here. So that means it's 9 your time. So, but yeah, no. It's uh, yep, my brain's not working. Yeah. Oh yeah, next weekend. Yeah. It's in Novi. So I mean, that's not too terribly far from you. Or where are you located at now? Um, yeah, no, it's at the Suburban Showcase in Novi. It's a good show. It's good. I mean, it's fun. You know, it's Detroit, so it's got well, you know, I mean, it's got the Detroit feel. But then you live in Pittsburgh, so it's a very similar sort of vibe. You know. Oh no, you're in Cleveland. Okay, so yeah, no, if you're in Cleveland, dude, then it's like 3 hours away. You should definitely go. You know, I don't even think the tickets are that expensive. I would definitely check online and make sure they have them available still. It's become pretty popular. But yeah, you should definitely stop by and swing by and say hello. It will be me and my Ruth Ann, my brand manager, will be there working with me. So, um, but yeah, and then the 2 weeks after that, it's like I have a week off, and then another week after that, I'm going to be in what's it called, Phoenix, and then quite honestly, there's a whole thing where I might be. Dude, you totally should come. You totally should come. I mean, it would be a great time to see you, you know, and stuff like that. Um, it's been years. Um, but yeah, no. We we would Phoenix Fan Fusion, which you know is a great show as well. Um, and I got a bunch of really great collectors that like live in the area. So that's always a nice place to go. And then I might actually, I don't know, right now I'm supposed to fly back like the week after, but like, honestly, I might just stay in California and paint there. But I don't know, I need to take a look at some flights and whatnot, see if I have everything taken care of. Either way, I guess if I switched it back to just, I mean that's, yeah. So the thing that we're really dealing with right now is that like I go there to Phoenix, I can go back to San Diego. I could stay with my friends in San Diego. I think I even have an easel there, so I could probably even paint. I would just have to, you know, either bring or buy paints. Oh my god, I have a brand new set of like Holbein Vernays that I bought at the beginning of all of the fuckery. Yeah, I don't know if J5's there or not. Yeah, he's. I haven't seen. I don't know if I've seen him in a while. I think I have, but you know, this is soup at this point in time. But yeah. Fuckery. Yes. The art of fuckery. It's my new favorite thing. Have you watched this Our Flag Means Death? Or is it This Flag? No, it's Our Flag Means Death. It is ridiculous and over the top and just an absolute delight. So if you have not seen it, I recommend it highly. So honestly, there's not been much that Taika Waititi's done that I haven't really enjoyed. He's a little tongue-in-cheek at times, but I think that's good, except that there's some, I mean, he's going to be doing a Star Wars movie, which is, with his writing style, hoping that he'll be able to curb it into dialogue that is witty without being silly over the top sort of stuff, and those two things just wouldn't mesh for me. So I don't know. Everybody's been doing a great job though recently with what you call it, with Star Wars. Super excited about Ahsoka coming out here soon. She's probably one of my favorite characters that came out of the Clone Wars. I would love to see some more work with like a live action Rex. If you can get Tamora Morrison to like reprise that character, that would be fun. Maybe do like a small series spin-off, or maybe even introduce him as an agent that they deal with in Andor's second season. That'd be nice. That'd be really cool. But yeah, I don't know. At any rate, but to Tamora Morrison or to Taika Waititi or any of the other people. I got confused. Both. Oh, fine. All right. I'll just call them up. Hey, how's it going? This is my cousin, Matthew, who is like a brother to me. So everybody say hi to Matt. He is pretty amazing. So yeah, no, I'm actually just about ready to end everything here. I have been I don't know that there's a lot of people here. I know there's Jacket and another guy who is potentially a bot, but he denies it. So yeah, so this is what I've been working on, man. So It is the beginning of a oil painting that I have not yet finished. So this is like the first pass of layers, and then it will become kind of more detailed over time. But yeah, we're actually just about ready to pop off here. I am. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning my time. I really should wake up before noon tomorrow, so I probably should get to bed, take a handful of melatonin, and hopefully, fall asleep. Yeah, no, it's if you're on around, if you're around like during around this time, yeah. Yeah, morning. Yeah, no, it's if you're around well, honestly, to be fair, most of my day. So like the thing is that like your day starts at about my afternoon. So basically tomorrow morning, I'm gonna wake up. I'm probably gonna go to the cafe. I'm gonna have an espresso. I'm gonna maybe have a tart and just hang out there for a minute. Maybe I'll draw something. And then I'm going to come back here and I'm going to start painting again. So it's just sort of my thing that I'm working on right now is getting these damn paintings done. Yep. Actually, that's a good point. I do love the tonality here, but I might actually bring more burnt siennas into his skin. So, yeah, my thing. Now, are you saying yo to the thing or the thing, or are you just saying that it's my thing? Because I can see it going both ways. I really hate text. I really wish that there was a way that I could have you guys talk, to me, but it would get really confusing when there's a bunch of people here. But yeah, no, it would be. It's one of those things. I'm actually considering in the future. Both. Nice. All right. So I'm thinking in the future that I might get another artist on who's also doing Twitch streaming of their art, and then the two of us just kind of talk about stuff and what we're working on and things like that while we're painting as a nicety, I don't know, start creating like an artist community that talks about each other's stuff and talks about our art in a more community like way. One of the things that they apparently love here in YouTube and Twitch and all these kinds of lands is just time where people are talking and whatnot, which is a pretty cool concept. I like it. I think it's interesting, and I'm a very social person, so the idea of working through this and making it all kind of more of a family or more of a community. Just kind of feels cool, where I grew up. So I didn't grow up in comics. I grew up in, thanks man. I think it'd be great too. I like to think of getting somebody like maybe Jay, like Jay could call in and I could talk to Jay for, a few hours and we just, chat while we're both doing artwork on our streams and stuff like that. I don't know if he has a stream or not, but What was it saying? ADHD is a hell of a drug. Will do. And you can call me too. And I love you too, man. I will talk to you soon. All right? All right, bye. But yeah, I'm thinking that this could be kind of a cool sort of situation. Yeah. And again, it's one of those things where, like, doing art. So again, I was talking about this a little bit earlier. Up until a year and a half ago, I had a partner that I would paint with, all the time, and she and I would paint in the same room, hung out all the time. We did all these things and stuff like that. And like if I needed, or I would just talk all day, about like randomized things and stuff like that. And it wasn't really necessarily even about anything. It was just, talking. And then like when I needed an opinion on something, I would just turn and be like, hey, what do you think of this? And she would look over and say and give me like meaningful like critiques on things. She would tell me whether or not what I was doing was awesome, or it was was there something that I could change? Was there anything like that? And having that for 11 years was it was really jarring when all of a sudden it wasn't there. I turn around and I want to talk to somebody about what I'm doing, or just anything at all. I don't have. Again, I'm an artist, which is a very solitary sort of thing, in a lot of ways. But I'm also remarkably social. So, it's yeah, I know. I know it changes. Um, Jerry, how's it going? So no. So I mean, I've had that for a long time, and so as a result, like I feel like this idea of getting people in to talk while we're both doing artwork will be kind of harkening back to what I've had for a long time, and giving it to somebody else, maybe, giving it to a lot of people. And maybe we can all start, being more of a community and sort of moving forward, We start having the people that we like to talk to. Because I mean, like, honestly, what I had for, like I said, the while was, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Oh, thanks, Charity. No, it was and is horrifying at this point in time. There's a lot going on, and we'll get through it. Everything will be the way that it needs to be whenever it's all said and done, and that's okay, So, but yeah, no, I feel like if I can give everybody else that really awesome thing that I had for a long time, then that would be great. Doing art with other Kara Beardeman. Oh, hi, how's it going? Yes, it was great to see you at MegaCon too. I just make sure. Sorry, I'm terrible with names, but I will. I'm sure that I know exactly who you are. But yes. Mommy. Were you wearing a gas mask? No. You know what? Send me a message and we'll talk about stuff. But yeah, no. I think that the basically doing the artwork is with another person. It doesn't you guys don't even need to be doing the same thing, and you don't even need to really be talking the entire time. You just have that person also on your feed doing artwork from their basically have a Zoom call going, or something like that, and and then they there's got to be a way to do it within Twitch, though. I don't know. The art thing is going well, really well, quite remarkably well, actually. Just kind of strange. Hold on a second. Let me do this thing. You're obsessed. Nice job. Scott. How's it going, man? I think these are probably coming through. Looks awesome. Will it be available? It's called Collab Cam. Oh, okay. That's good to know. Ruth Ann, if you're watching this, please, yeah, no, that would be great. Yeah, no, the Stuart Sager. Stuart and I don't talk very often. I don't know why. I like him. I mean, his mentor Andy was like a dear friend of mine. I'm still really upset. Nice. What does your husband do? Andy was one of my all-time favorite contemporary artists, and I know that Andy sort of was the mentor for Stuart for a long time. But yeah, no, he and I don't really hang out all that much. He's I don't know why. So, but yeah, the hold on, doing this thing. I go back here. I'm going to look at this. Yeah. So yeah, I have a video games. You don't know much more than that. Fair. As you might imagine. Oh, hey, how's it going, sweetie? Yeah, I know who you are, Kara. So, I just needed to look up, stuff to make sure. All of the icons for your faces are really tiny. So I'm like, oh, I know 900 Karas, and I don't know any of your last names, just as a note. Yes, yes it is, and actually probably tomorrow we're going to have a convention schedule sort of posted up on Facebook. Well, Facebook, Instagram, things like that, it will be a thing. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. I love this camera. It's really weird though. There you go. It like follows your face, and then it's like sometimes it loses you though. Like when you go out of its field of vision. Just need to learn to turn it the right way. So, but yeah. Oh, yeah, no, thank you very much, Dirty. That would be awesome. But yeah, if you go to studiodesad.com and go to events, you'll be able to see the convention schedule there. It's actually a Google Calendar, so you can kind of put it onto your own Google Calendar. It's a public calendar. So if you want to, you can always know where I'm going to be. If it's an artist appearance, then I'll be there. If it's a studio appearance, then it would be like Sin or Becca or something like that. We'll be at those shows. Now, there's going to be some changes that are occurring here pretty soon with the way that we're doing conventions. My goal, which for about 5 years now, has been to get to a point where I have the crew running almost every single show, including things like Dragon Con and Gen Con and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna just show up for 2, maybe 3 days of those shows, and then pop off for the remainder of it. And then basically, when I'm there, you can bring your prints back, and I'll sign them and stuff like that. So, because as it stands right now, with the way that shows have been going, we're not really signing any prints prior, and so if I'm not at the show, then they're just not signed unless I manage to sign like a packet of them or something like that. It's just I try to do that, but like I'm in Europe most of the time now, so it becomes difficult to do that. But yeah, cool. It's great to see so many people on here. I actually don't know how many people because I'm an idiot and didn't put a tracker on this. So who knows? It could be 100,000 of you, or there could be 3. That could be fine too. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, no, it's for me, the way we're not doing a show, Jack, by the way. Although we will be. We are starting a Twitch-based role-playing game. Original commissions? Yeah, so, yes. Send me a message for an average commission nowadays. Well, for like most everybody out there, I've known you for a while, so send me a message, we can talk. But like, I don't generally do anything for less than like 2,000 at this point in time. But my sketches that are pre-done are relatively inexpensive. Like I try not to gouge people on those. It's just if I have to carve out time to do a thing, then I need to make sure that I am not losing money on doing that thing. So, but yeah, no, I love doing original commissions. Depends on what you want. If you want a sketch or an oil painting or something along those lines. We can figure it out. And the pricing does sometimes include things like okay, am I able to do this as a resold sort of thing? So either way, send me a message of what you want, and I'll get you a quote for what we can do and stuff like that. I'm worth it. Nice. Thanks, man. Yeah, please message me, and we'll talk. We'll talk about what's going on, what you want, and we'll go from there. Sweet. That would be awesome, dude. I'd love to do a piece for you. I remember drawing on your head all those years ago. So this guy would show up to. So we had there was this show. It was a Pittsburgh Comic Con, which has some some terrible back end shit that like occurred involving some guy. I think the guy that ran the convention was like accused of murdering his ex-wife, and then like the girlfriend who was also running the convention was like in on it or something like that, and like they found the gun like in the river and blah blah blah. It was really crazy. But the convention itself was just an awesome time. They threw these parties that were astounding. Like all of the guests so all the artists came up, and then all of you saw that there was a Dateline story on it. Nice. So yeah, at any rate, so like they would do these, yeah, right. It was really quite terrible. So they would do these parties, like on Saturday night, Friday night, Saturday night, stuff like that, and like a select group of artists would come up to the party, and then because not everybody in the artist alley would have fit into the small sort of thing, but then like all of the guests would come up as well. Like I think the one year we were there, and like all the guys from the Ghost Hunters were there, but then also like Gigi Edgy was there, and from Farscape, and the chief from yeah, no, I know what you mean, man. The chief from Battlestar Galactica was there, and no, and we would all kind of hang out, and this guy that he was mentioning, Tommy and I would literally draw on Jack's head and his whatever he would let us draw on. And so it was just kind of this thing where like all these people would get together, we'd be drawing on people, and we'd just drink and have a great time. And it was a good situation where like everybody was having a wonderful time, and nobody felt like they were like being outshined by anybody else. Like, I mean, like that's what I mean. Like the celebrities would be there, and like the celebrities were just people, that we were hanging out with and drinking. And, they would come by and say hi and talk and chat for a bit and whatnot. And then like, they'd go away and they'd talk to other people. And it was just, and I'm one of those guys where I didn't really know anybody. I didn't know any of the people that were involved or anything like that. Because I grew up in fantasy art, so like that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be an artist for role-playing games. I just love that event, man. I miss it so much. But I wanted to be an artist for role-playing games, and so I grew up with my people, the big names in my industry were like Larry Elmore and Brom and Jeff Easley and Todd Lockwood and people like that, Donato Giancola, and all these guys that were just these astounding, phenomenal painters. They were just so good at what they did, and like the knowledge of those paintings was just free coming. Like no, not a one of us ever even considered that the other person that was sitting next to us might steal a job from us or something like that. We were all so remarkably supportive of each other, and we all knew that we had our own sort of voice that we were bringing to the table, and but yeah, and so like that's the environment that I grew up in, and like in comics, it sometimes can be like that, but other times it can be very competitive, and like that was a shock to me, like the idea that like the person next to me maybe doesn't have my back, not every time. Yes. Yes. And sorry, Kara, I didn't see your message there. I was talking. Feeling the need for new. Yeah, absolutely. No worries. And honestly, like I said, just send me a message on things. Let me know what it is that you're thinking about doing, and we'll kind of go from there. We'll make it all work. Make it all work. And I do payment plans too. Mummy related. Yeah. I could do something mummy related. I mean, if you wanted it to be a sketch, I could definitely do a mummy. Like, I would be interested as hell on doing a sketched mummy. If you wanted something symbolic abstract, you'd probably still make it work, but it would be a chore. It would be, well, not a chore, but it would be a challenge. It would be a challenge to make that work. So, but yeah, no, just like a sketch of a mummy. I know this guy I know, Boom Studios. Well, anyways, he does, or at least he was with Boom Studios. He does. He always gets like sexy mummies made and stuff like that. It's like this commission thing that he does, and so, So, I know people who have done some of those things, but yeah. It was a symbol they used to wear every day. It was protection. Okay. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, send it to me. See what we can do. We'll make it work. Yeah, no, it'll all be good. It'll all be good. But yeah, no, it's been fun. It's been fun. I'm excited about the paintings that I'm doing recently. I've got a lot of new ideas. I hope I'm getting better on things, but it's slow going. So, Thank you. Yeah, no, the enterprise piece. So it's literally just an update from the old one, which was almost identical. It just didn't have the F and G on it. I don't like. There's all these people that are upset that like the G isn't larger than the F. I'm like, guys, listen. If they keep on getting bigger, it's just going to be ridiculous, So I like that they're kind of they're stepping backwards and they're making it, smaller. It's more like the actual Enterprise, the original series one. I think it's honestly it's modeled pretty heavily off of the Enterprise A, which I liked a lot. Another little thing that I go back on, and I don't know that this is true, but in my head, I really want it to be. When I first started doing these symbolic abstract Art Deco-y starships and whatnot, my second one that I did was an Enterprise, and it had legitimately the same shape saucer section as the Titan. Okay, it had those kind of cutouts in the back and stuff like that. And I had put it out like that, and there's a large portion of the fandom that lost their goddamn minds. They're just like, "What ship's that?" And I was like, "It's the Enterprise." And it was literally written on it. It said Enterprise. And they're like, "Yeah, but the saucer section isn't round." And I said, "I know. I was there when I drew it." and that was a thing. Thanks. Yeah, no, honestly, to be fair, yeah, I really love trying to make these compilation pieces work. They're just they're a fun exercise in composition, you know, in a lot of ways, because you've got to fit all these things together, but like they don't always fit, you know, perfectly. So, you know, you work it all out, do your thing, and yeah, with any luck, you know, it comes out well. Right now, I'm working on. I have 3 new Star Wars pieces that I put out. I put out I reissued the A-wing. So the reason why I did this is because underneath of like the A-wing, B-wing, and Y-wing, and then also the X-wing, which will be the next one coming out, I'm putting capital ships. So under the Y-wing, I've got the it's God, I can't remember what it's called. It's called the it's basically a ship transport sort of thing. It's like a landing. It's like a flying landing bay. It looks like a Star Destroyer, but it's kind of more wide and whatnot. And that's underneath the Y wings. Underneath of the B wings, because it was made by Mon Calamari, I put the Mon Calamari home ship and the troop transport. Tons of MegaCon honors to pack up. Nice. Well, at least you guys did well at MegaCon. And you have fun, and thanks for stopping by. And again, like I said, I'll be doing these for many, many days now. So, and then it's pretty much not going to stop when I get back to the States as well. I'll just be doing it from a different studio and with different art. So, yeah, so I did that one with the home, the Mon Calamari Home 1, and the GR75, I think, troop transport. It's the one from Empire, so troop transports that came away, that they shoot the ion cannon so that they don't get shot down. So at any rate, yeah, there's that one, and then the B wings. Or the A wings. Underneath that, I put the blockade runner, so the Tentavive. So and so yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I've got those ships, and then underneath the X wings, I'll put the medical frigates. And I figured that between those pieces, we should have a bunch of like capital ships, and we'll have all the fighters, we'll have the Falcon, we'll have the Ghost, we'll have, you know, things like that, and then we'll put them all together and call it a day. So and then it'll be the Rebellion piece. It'll go sort of against the Imperial piece. So, but at any rate, I've been on here for almost 3 hours, so I'm going to go as well. I'm going to clear off my bed, and I'm going to attempt to sleep sometime soon. And it's been great talking to you guys. And sorry I didn't know that you guys were all here. I was kind of caught up in the painting. But this painting will be worked on further tomorrow, as well as these 2 paintings over here. So, yes. And then possibly these guys up here, which are blank. Oh, no, not that. These guys. That was my television. Yeah. So, hey, stop it. Back over here. All right, you can look at me. It's the AI on this thing. It just doesn't get, it's very particular. All right, guys. All right, good night. I will talk to you soon, and thank you so much for being here. All right, talk to you later.